What's up, guys? Sekapoko here, bringing you another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. For this, we're going to go over another episode of One Piece Treasure Cruise news. Now, for this, we have a super hype 8.0 update, so that's really exciting. They finally released all the information, and we are able to get all this down for you guys, so we can bring it out in a full episode of One Piece Treasure Cruise news. So, without further ado, the first bit of hype news that we have is we are going to have an 8-day Sugo Fest. Yeah, 8 days. It's seriously 8 days long. I was like, what? You can see on the right here, we also have other hype news boosted on that as well. It is going to be an 8-day Sugo Fest with during Sugo Fest, you get 8 free pulls, 1 per day. It is stupid good. I haven't seen them do this ever. This is so new. They've only done free pulls outside of Sugo Fest and never done them inside Sugo Fest, so that's super hype. Imagine getting a free pull and you get a legend. That's so nice. I mean, we got free pulls, I think, one time, maybe for like maybe 1 pull. I don't even know. But it's super nice. I am blown away that they're giving us 8 pulls, man. 8 pulls that we're getting. Wow, that's super hype. So, without further ado, let's go into the Sugo Fest details so you guys can know exactly what's going on with the Sugo Fest. So, the Sugo Fest is going to have a 2-day separate boost where you're going to have the first 4 days, which is the 14th through the 18th. We're going to have Nekomamushi, Shirahoshi, Barto, Whitebeard, Version 2 Law, and Magellan bursted for the first 4 days. We're also going to have the new Rare Recruit Buggy that's coming out and the new Rare Recruit Zoro that's coming out that are going to be boosted on those days as well. And then there's going to be a lot of other, looks like mostly striker units that are going to be available for day 1. Now on day 2, it looks like we're going to have mostly powerhouse units and some other units that are thrown. No, just like the Ipple down units, not powerhouse. Sorry. So we're going to have version 2 Lucci, Boa, Usopp, which is basically Dex Usopp, Kainu, Fujitora, Lucy are all boosted. So yes, you can get the new Lucy. He is boosted on round 2. Now, the rare recruit units that are boosted are going to be new Buggy and Barto, of course. The new Barto, all of the new Sabo rare recruits you can get on that day as well. You can get all of the Impel Down units. You can get Marigold and Sandersonia, that whole batch as well. It's a really good batch on day 2 and day 1. So if you do need those characters, just make sure you pull if you're pulling on the Sugo Fest for those times. Now, I'm not saying this is a Sugo Fest to pull on, but definitely, if you're very in need of these characters, it would be a good time to pull for you. But for a lot of people that we have already pulled on the last Sugo Fest that just came out, we're going to be pretty set, and we have most of these units, if not all of these units already. Now, we're going to get we get free pulls every day at reset o'clock. So just like we're getting free pulls right now, we're going to get those during the Sugo Fest starting on the 14th. So I guess on the last day of the free pulls that we get, it switches over to more free pulls. So you just keep getting free pulls from the 14th on. So like we're going to get free pulls today, and we're going to just keep getting more and more until infinity, until like the 22nd day or whatever. So that's really cool. We have the new Mihawk coming out, new Buggy, and new Zoro. So let's go over the new Mihawk a little bit here. He actually has his full stat page. If we go to the news window for right here, you can see that he has his full stat page here. His artwork, everything. You can see everything right in game, which is really nice. It goes over all his details. You can see them finally. His stats as well. His stats are really good. 1628 attack. I think that's the highest base attack in the game at this point. I think Kainu's like 1600 or something like that. I think he's 1600. But if this Mihawk is 1628, he's the highest base attack in the game, I believe. I'm gonna have to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure he is. That's insane. That means he's 1828 in max attack, which is stupid high. He's also limit breakable, so who knows if we haven't got anything on for the Mihawk yet for the limit break stuff, but he does have his own Mihawk version limit break materials, which is kind of cool. The other thing about Mihawk is he starts at 37 turns for his special, and he goes all the way down to a 14 turn cooldown, which is really cool. Now, if you don't know anything about the new Mihawk, he is a 100 times a character's attack. I think it's all enemies. It's a wave clear, and then if the captain's a slasher, he locks the chain multiplier 2.75 and then boosts orbs by 2 times. He replaces Dofi and just blows him out of the water. It's insane. He also makes, as a sailor ability, he makes quick orbs beneficial on him, so he can't actually get battle orbs, which is pretty lit. So if you do get if you get a all badly matching orbs on your Mihawk, and your Mihawk gets a blue orb, it's actually considered matching, so that's pretty cool. His captain ability, nothing really to be worried about, nothing to worry about there. But he also has 5 sockets, so that makes it really super nice. Now, the new Buggy, as a character, it unevolved is 1.5 attack and 1.2 times character's HP with a cost of 30 or lower. So he's kind of like a mini Zoro / Buggy put together, like the 20 Zoro, I mean. With the Sengoku style. And then he what his special is he reduces enemies' defense to 0 for 1 turn, but it's basically 100% defense reducer, and reduces damage characters from strength characters by 80% for 1 turn, and then boosts orbs by 1.75 for 1 turn. I don't really know why there's all those things in there, but okay. I'm guessing you use it for Mihawk because Mihawk's strength. So there might be some Mihawk might have like really high defense. And this would be really nice to bring against him because he's going to reduce damage taken as well and also boost orbs. So this new Buggy's like really good as a sub just by himself. Because A, he's a 1.75 orb booster, and B, he reduces defense to 0. So he's like, if you put Elizabeth or the 20th Frankie together and then had an orb booster with it, like, I don't know, Senor Pig or something like that, without the, orb manipulation. But geez, that's really good. That's a really good sub. That's a really good sub. I want to do a couple singles for the Buggy and like during the days that we're doing it, but like the new Buggy is really good. Just saying. Okay, so the new Zoro is a captain. It's a 2-time slasher attack, whatever. It might be 2.5 when he's evolved. Who cares? I don't really know. The special is remove damage threshold. It just removed damage threshold. Awesome. The only other character in the game that does that is Shogun Frankie. Super nice move right there. He's going to do 13 times deck damage to 1 enemy and then shuffle all slots, including block orbs. So this is kind of a preamble. So if you guys aren't really knowing what's going on in One Piece Treasure Cruise right now, they're making a lot of things pull fest. So they are like kind of telling you, hey, this is what's going to happen on this fight. So with the characters that are being released. So on the new Mihawk, he's probably going to have high defense. He's going to have 1 turn where he's going to have damage threshold. He's going to have some kind of turn where he shuffles the orbs, the block orbs. He might have death damage. Those are the 4 mechanics that they're pretty much saying he might have. So that's kind of interesting. We also got the treasure map details, and these are going to be a little bit more intensive, so I'm going to go ahead and open that window in just a minute. Once we go over the new Buggy in a little bit more detail. Let's see, do I have that open still? I do not. Okay, let's see if I have it open in the next window. There we go. Here it is. Okay, so the new Buggy is going to boost treasure points that we receive by 1.5 because he's a 1.5 booster. He's also going to boost our what's it? Our whatever called, I can't remember. Our treasure points by 1.5 as well. The new Zoro is going to boost it by 1.25, and the Sabo is going to boost it by 1.2. Now, what's really interesting here is that they're also going to, the new Buggy is going to boost our attack and recovery and HP by 2.5, and that's like that's really good. That's really good. Yes, that's really good. I think that's for him though. I think it's specifically for him. I don't think it's like for the group. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be just that character. Zoro gets 2.5 boost, Sabo gets a 1.2 boost, and they all get their cooldowns reduced by 5 or 10. Buggy's by 10, everybody's by 5. Now which is really interesting, there's a large list of everybody being boosted by 1.1 that I've gone over in a previous video. So they're making like all those 6 stars that we talked about in the previous video going be boosted by 1.1, and all the 5 stars as well can be boosted by 1.1. So there's going to be a lot of points that you can get out of this, and we're not sure what the most optimal team is. It's probably going to involve the new Buggy and the new Zoro with the Sabo lead. Just saying. I mean, it's probably going to be it. It's probably the best way to go. I mean, it's a 1.25 point booster, 1.25, sorry, 1.5, 1.25, and then a 1.2 boost, and then and then 3 1.1 boosters that you're gonna throw in there as well from your other characters that you need. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Those are gonna be the max amount of points you can get. Now, there's actually gonna be a really interesting addition here where we get new leagues introduced as well. So this is probably the best way we can show it right here. So rank 25,000 and below are going to be in the New World League. Rank in the top 5,000 in the Grand Lag League, you're going to be it's going to be in the New World League. You're going to be promoted. I'm not really sure how the ranking is going to work. They kind of go into this a little bit weirdly, I guess I could say. The Grand Line League is like everybody. The East Blue, sorry, everybody starts in East Blue, you go up to Grand Line, then you go up to New World after that. So the short version is the top 30,000 players are in the New World League. The bottom 70, the bottom 30 to 100,000 players, so the next 70,000 are going to be in the Grand Line League, and everybody else is going to be East Blue League. So if you have like a really good account, it's going to be pretty easy in the top 30,000, especially if you're like one of those players that were in the top 5,000 in the ranking. You're probably okay to get in the top 30,000 here. I'm not seeing that there's going to be a lot of people that are actually like really playing this game and really trying. They're going to be like have a really hard time getting to 30,000. The 70,000, the top 100,000, basically in between 30,000 and 100,000. I'm pretty sure there's going to be people like below 200 or like 150 to 250 somewhere in there, and they're really struggling. You don't have a lot of time to play. That's probably where you're going to land. But if you're like consistent player, you're probably going to be in top 30,000. It shouldn't be that hard because 30,000 is like a really pretty big number. So the amount of active players make it really really nice for that metric. So you should be totally fine there. Now there's a lot of information going on about the new treasure map and how it works. We've already gone over the Sugofest, so let's go into the new treasure map. So and here's the portrait of everybody, by the way, of all the other ones. So the new treasure map, we haven't been released yet. If we go to the main menu here, oops, sorry, I clicked one too many times. If we go to the main menu, you can see it has not been released yet. It will be released in a few days. I believe on the 16th is being released. So once we get this available, the new treasure map is gonna be really fun to use. Now let's go over the treasure map and how it works. The treasure map is part of the ocean that appears depending on the flow of the current. You're able to obtain rare items for limit breaking and specific characters to reveal proficiency in battle. So basically all the boosted characters get boosted. You go in, you get limit break materials. Really simple. There's the event boss characters. Kill Mihawk. Cool. There's 3 leagues, we already went over that. Treasure points, we already went over that. And treasure ranking, we already went over that too. Cool. Now the ranking awards, this is what we didn't go over yet. Now you'll be able to get rewards if you manage to rank as high at the end of the event. Do your best to aim for the top by collecting a lot of treasure points. Higher leagues have better rewards. Really, kind of got that. You know, it was pretty obvious that if you get higher ranking, you get better rewards. Now, once we're able to see the adventure, the rewards going into the adventure, treasure map, ranking, and ranking rewards. I don't think we can do that yet. I tried getting into it. I haven't figured it out yet. But the treasure rewards that are going to be obtained and collecting certain amounts of treasure points. Your first goal is going to be obtain the new event boss character. It's going to be kind of like Chopper Man missions, basically for the treasure map. I don't know. They're probably really easy to obtain, and then after that they get harder and harder for like the amount of repetition you do. Okay, the navigating power. Now we already went over this in the last video. The navigating power is completely separate from the stamina meter for your characters. So you're gonna have 2 stamina bars: your normal stamina bar and then your navigating power bar. If you did not go over that, you're gonna gain at the same rate you do as the green stamina bar. It'll be, I think it's a blue stamina bar. We saw in the last video is a blue stamina bar that they gave us for the navigating power. Now, you can use gems to recover navigating stamina. If you land in a specific spots, it's going to actually recover your navigating stamina. So you can actually just get it back while you're playing, which is pretty cool. And you also, if you level up, of course, you're going to get max. It's going to go back to max, which is really nice. Now, it's going to have several different oceans, and deep within each ocean, you have a boss that's away from you. Defeat the boss, clear the area. Okay, easy life. Okay, and when the oceans are locked, you have to clear the other oceans first. It's just like story mode in that essence, where you're gonna have to like clear a chain of islands. You're gonna start at one island, go to the next, 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 and keep going there. So you don't have to worry about that as much. Now, sailing through treasure map, you'll be able to advance the treasure map with the power of the log pose. We already went over that. How to return to the world map? You just say take a break. You just exit. All right. Now, your simple advance by moving over spots, just like we already talked about in the previous video, where you're just using the lock pose to move over the spots. It's very similar to how it works in Dokkan. So if you're moving a character in Dokkan, you click the number of spaces you want to move. It's very simple. Just like if you're rolling a dice, say, in any kind of board game. Very, very simple there. The battle encounters are where you're going to fight the bosses. You're not going to fight bosses otherwise. If you've never seen anybody play Dokkan Battle before, this is like directly from their exact gameplay. You go spaces, you hit a boss fight or a fight, you fight there. You don't fight until then. It's just that you move until you fight. There's going to be multi-boss battles. They're going to be in the deepest part of the ocean area where the enemies are the very strongest. The amount of treasure points you can obtain with the multi-boss battles is much higher than the normal battle encounters. This I thought was pretty cool because that means that you're actually going to get a lot of points if you're a higher level player and you're able to clear this kind of content. I thought that was pretty cool. If you're able to defeat the boss, you need to defeat all the enemies first, and then event characters will have a chance to drop in the fight. So I'm assuming there's like Mihawk is going to be part of that, and there's going to be other characters that'll be part of that as well, and you're able to collect those characters while you're there. We don't actually know until we get the adventure mode dropped, so that's going to be really cool. You're going to fight a maximum of 5 bosses on the multi-boss battle spot. Crew members that you've used against the boss can't be used during the multi-boss battle, which is really weird. So crew members that you've used in a battle against a boss can't be used again during the boss battle. Therefore, you need a minimum of 25 characters to beat all the bosses. Think wisely, but choose who you use in the battle. That's kind of interesting. I'm not really sure if this is super true or if it's like if they're locked characters. I don't know how that's going to work, or if it's going to be like the whole tree of those characters. Characters should be by character number, not by the character. Okay, so it's not the tree of character numbers. So if you have like one koala and then another koala, you can use both of the different koalas. You just can't use the original koala. It doesn't mean you can do dupes of the same character. You can only use different characters of the same name. So just know that you're gonna have to deal with that as well. It doesn't look like it's gonna be super difficult, but it does look like you have to make a lot of different teams for a lot of different fights. So it's gonna be really fun for me to make all those teams. So I hope you guys check out the team videos we're gonna be making for those. Including though, there are oceans that have set in this ocean area, so don't have this set. In oceans that have this set, you'll have a clearing level, which you have to complete all 5 bosses in the ocean area. Each time you do this, you're going to increase your clearing level for that ocean. The clearing level, I'm assuming, is similar to pirate level, but like it's a different level. Like it'll be shown differently. It's like ranking. It's leveling up. Essentially, I'm not sure if you get more navigation power if you level up your clearing level. That would be pretty cool. If you had like a second level up meter, that would be pretty cool. But that's not confirmed. It's not in here as well. The crew can rely on. You can skip that. And notes of navigating stamina. We already went over that. Okay. So for the Sugo Fest, final notes on this. Don't pull unless you have to, and if you really want the new buggy in the Zoro, I kind of do, because they're really good for this event. And this event's forever, so. Oh, sorry, I had to go over this. There's actually a 2 times treasure point times. That's the last thing I need to go over, sorry. So there is a 2 times treasure point times, as well as the ability to rank up and rank down in the treasure map. So I'll go over that a little bit. So on the 16th, there's going to be a 6-hour window where you're going to be able to get double points. On the 18th as well, there's going to be looks like a 3-hour window, and then there's going to be another 6-hour window on the 21st, and an 9-hour window on the 22nd. So there's going to be a bunch of different days where you're able to get double treasure points. From the 16th through the 22nd, so definitely check those out if you haven't. If you're a US player like myself, those are like 2 o'clock in the morning, so I mean it's really tough to make those. There's one that I can make that's like legitimate. It's the one on the 22nd, and it starts from 12 o'clock to 2100. They are really stilting this towards advanced players. I mean, if you're a European player, you're gonna be great. If you're an American player, this is not in your wheelhouse. You're probably not gonna get these, which is really unfortunate. It would have been nice if they had just made like these different times for different people, but they really didn't. They really didn't make it nice for US players. So they made it really, really beneficial for JP players though. Now, the last thing we're going to go over is the treasure map details on the rankings. Now, this gets a little complicated, but basically, if you're in if you're below the, if you're in the East Blue League and you want to rank up, you just have to be in the top, I think 150,000 to rank up into the Grand Line League. I thought it was just the top 100,000, so I'm not really sure how that's work. But I guess people are getting knocked out at the same time, so it's I don't know. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let it be. I'm just gonna let that be. I don't really know. Okay, so on the Grand Line League, you're gonna rank down if you're in the bottom 60,000. So you can either rank up or rank down. I don't think there's like a neutral zone. So you can, there's only ranking up or ranking down. That's kind of weird. You could either rank up or rank down. There's no neutral. Okay, I guess that's it. So if you're between 30,000 and 60,000, you rank up. And if you're between 60,000 to 100,000, you rank down. If you're in the top 150,000, you rank up from East Blue. Really, really convoluted, but okay, Bandit, sure. On the Grand Line League, once you get in the Grand Line League, if you want to rank up into the next tier. Oh no, there's tiers. There is a neutral. Sorry, they just worded it super weird. Okay, so if you're between 35,000 and 30,000, which is the top 5,000 of Grand Line players, that's where you rank up. Okay, and then between 35,000 and 60,000 is the neutral zone. Okay, yeah. This is so hard to get. It's like, and if you're in the New World League, if you're in the top 25,000, you stay there. If you're in the bottom 5,000, which is the 25,000 to 30,000, you rank down to the Grand Line League. We're not. No, that's. I guess it's fine. There's only 3 leagues, so it's pretty simple. Just stay in the top 25,000, you'll be fine if you want to stay in the league. If you want to be in the top, if you want to stay in the Grand Line League, just stay in the top 60,000. I think that's the easiest way to put it. The easiest way to put it for everyone. If you want to rank up, be in the top 20-25% or so. I don't know what it is. And for the last bit of news here, we're actually gonna get a new Ray Shop character. It's gonna be a new Sanji that maxes out at 14 turns. The new Sanji is I don't know what his name is. It's I don't think they gave him a name yet. But the really crazy part about this Sanji is that his special is kind of geared toward making it easier for Sabo teams. The Ray Shop Sanji is going to recover 10 times her character's recovery, reduce damage taken by 50%, and then change all orbs, including block, into strength, quick, and strength, dex, quick, and recovery. It's a 2-stage special. Not really. They don't have all the information on this, but he also makes his sailor is making recovery orbs beneficial for himself. Very useful thing. The most useful thing about the Sanji, which is super crazy, and I'm not sure if it's true or not, because it hasn't been released in the game, and this is the only source of information I have on it. He only costs 50 Ray points. 50 Ray points! With all those koalas, you can just buy an infinite of him. You ever need Sanji sockets? Let me buy that real quick. Through the end of the year, you ever need Sanji sockets? Buy that real quick. 50 Ray points, ease. How much is that? That's, what, like... 50 times 5 is 25, 250. So that would be times 9. Let's 2,000. It's basically 2,450. No, 2,000. Let's just say 2,500. Basically 2,500 if you wanted to max out, max socket a character, dude. 2,500 Ray points to max socket any Sanji character. That's nuts! I will buy so many of these. That will save me so much time. Are you kidding me? If this is true, that is one of my favorite parts about this news, is that we have this new Sanji where we're gonna get everything there. That's super cool. We're also gonna get a new Fortnite where we have Fortnite Riku that's coming out. We're gonna get more information on him as he come, but we do have the abilities for the new Fortnite Rico. Apparently, he cuts HP of enemies by for one enemy for 7%, and for one turn increases the attack of crew by 1.2 and reduces cooldown by 1. Not really sure why it's 1.2, and he sucks. Basically, he sucks. His captain ability is he sucks. Don't get him. Who cares? Riku sockets hype, I guess. But the new Sanji, oh man, 50 rate points. Please let that be true. Please let that be true. Well, again, I am Sekapoko, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do enjoy the video, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. And of course, have a great rest of your day. Peace.